Well, the start of a new year provides all of us with the opportunity to do two things: reflect back over the previous year or years, and also look ahead in anticipation of what might come next. Looking back, I'd have to say that these past few years have been, especially challenging, while at the same time being incredibly rewarding. When my current term started in January of 2020, we weren't far into the year before COVID uprooted everything: our individual lives, church life, and community life. By the end of the year, COVID was surging throughout our community. Hospitals were full, and care providers who were healthy were working long hours under incredible stress. Well, I recall how as a staff we sensed that the Lord was telling us that the best way to serve our community, which has long been the desire of our hearts, was to temporarily hold off on in-person services until the surge had subsided. And while that was an extremely difficult decision, what Five Forks Church also decided was to purchase gift cards for the 500 employees of the Waynesboro Hospital as a way to encourage and show our support for them, and to purchase these gift cards from local restaurants with the hope of playing a small part in helping them to remain afloat. And every time I think about how Five Forks Church responded in the midst of those difficult days, I get a sense of deep appreciation for the heart of our congregation to put the needs of others ahead of our own. Well, the second year, 2021, was all about getting reestablished. Together we worked through what we felt was the best format for Sunday morning services, while acknowledging that the increasing number of those joining us on the live stream was getting ever larger. We began meaningful discussions on how to make the best use of our facilities, and we made a number of significant changes with very positive results. Now, this past year, our primary focus has been on two related things: discipleship and relationships. We want Five Forks to be known not only for our service in the community, but we also want to be known as disciples, that is, committed followers of Jesus. And so, in 2022, we introduced several discipleship opportunities, specifically the Sermon Lab and the Bible Project videos and Wednesday night Bible study. We also recognize that one way for discipleship to occur is by forming relationships with one another and sharing what Jesus is teaching us about what it looks like to follow Him and the changes that He's bringing about in our lives. Opportunities to form relationships with others occurred throughout the year. We had ball games in Frederick over the summer, a pool party, the weekend train excursions this past October, the 5K run, just to name a few. And it appears that this emphasis on discipleship and relationships is beginning to take hold as we're catching the vision of the commitment that it takes to follow Jesus. On a personal level, my participation in the Sermon Lab and the Bible Project and in some of these 2022 events have all played a part in allowing me to experience more spiritual growth this past year than I have in some time. And so we arrive at 2023 and we ask ourselves, what's next? Well, we'll continue to seek God's direction as together we talk about the best way to make use of the facilities that we've been blessed with here at Five Forks. But more importantly, in addition to the continuation of the Sermon Lab and the Bible Project video of the week, by now you may be aware that we've introduced a theme that we look for Five Forks to embrace in 2023, and that theme is fully mature in Christ. It comes from Colossians 1:28, which reads, "He is the one we proclaim, admonishing and teaching everyone with all wisdom, so that we may present everyone fully mature in Christ." This will be our focus this year, to proclaim Jesus, and for some of you to participate in a discipleship program based on the Bible Project curriculum. Now, this program, this discipleship journey, has something to offer everyone, whether you are a relatively new disciple of Jesus or you've become rooted and are what we might call a growing disciple of Jesus. Or perhaps you're one who's looking to go even deeper. I am genuinely excited for the potential that this offers our congregation as we look to know, love, and follow Jesus. A bit further down the road, early in 2025, my 5-year term will be coming to an end, at which point I'll be stepping down and looking to discern what's next for me personally. This will be my 28th year serving as one of the pastors here at Five Forks. When all this started, I never could have imagined what an incredible experience this would be. And Jesus, working through all of you, is what has made this so meaningful and fulfilling. And so, with a deep appreciation for the past 28 years, my aim is to appreciate even more the 2 years that are still to come, and as always, if that's the Lord's will. A special word of thanks to the pastoral staff, office staff, and custodial staff. Only a fraction of all that they do serving Jesus, this church, and this community is seen, but they care deeply about this church, and it's my privilege to be able to serve with them. Finally, thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to serve yet another year as one of your pastors here at Five Forks Church.